Welcome to Defi Crypto today. Our topic today is Impermax finance on several blockchains. They're on Ethereum, Polygon, Arbitrum, Avalanche, and now Moonriver. This is a very interesting project in the sense that they fix a problem that a lot of people are concerned about, which is impermanent loss. If we look at it here, it says Impermax gives one-click access to DeFi yield farming with no risk of impermanent loss, which is quite interesting. A lot of people are concerned about that, and they want to earn a high yield and not suffer impermanent loss. And here, as you can see, you can get some pretty juicy rates on stablecoins and other coins as well, not just stables. So it's quite interesting. So I want to show you a few more things before we start demonstrating. So what they call themselves is an indirect liquidity provider. So most places you're going to see are liquidity providers only. This one is indirect. Because of the indirection, that's why you don't have impermanent loss. We're going to explain that a little bit more detail in the documentation in a moment. So they explain how you can become an indirect liquidity provider. The explanations in here. So it says borrowers carry the risk and share the rewards with the lenders. Okay. So, and if you're already a liquidity provider, so you already have LP tokens from, let's say, Uniswap or QuickSwap or other places, you can also deposit your LP tokens here and earn a higher yield, okay, by following this little graph, okay? So for that, I don't know if you're familiar, if you saw my Abracadabra videos or Time to Be Your Own Bank videos, but the formula is pretty close, okay, to what you would get on Abracadabra. All right, so they are literally everywhere in terms of social media. So I invite you to join them on their various social media, Twitter, Discord, Telegram, whatever. Now, here's something very special. The team is mostly not anonymous. How about that? So this is the founder, and you've got a bunch of other people. There's only this fellow here who is anonymous, but the rest of the people exist, have faces, and you can check their LinkedIn. All right. So that's quite nice. They also have very big partners in there. All right. So again, this gives you a lot more confidence in this project. On top of that, as if that wasn't enough, they're audited. Wow. So if you look in their documentation, they have 5 audits already. 5. Count them. Okay. And you can actually see the audits. If you click on the links, this is their CertiK audit and so on. So we're not going to go through that today. But you can do it yourself. So let's go back here. So that's their audits. Now, they have very interesting documentation. I highly recommend you check it out. They also have, I believe, in the user guide here, they explain how to do everything. They have PDF guides that cover all the basics, and they even have a video guide to explain them in video format. Okay, so they provide a lot of information for you to be able to use the protocol. All right, so we're going to go back to the intro, and I just want to talk a little bit about their no impermanent loss feature. So this here, with Impermax, farmers can start earning yield from liquidity providing on DEXs with a single token deposit. Impermax eliminates the risk of impermanent loss for these farmers or suppliers, removing one of the biggest negatives of liquidity providing. How does this work? Instead of depositing funds directly into DEX contracts, the funds are supplied to borrowers who use them to increase farming earnings through leverage. These increased earnings are shared with the lender under the form of interest. This is called indirect liquidity providing. Borrowers carry all the impermanent loss risk on behalf of indirect liquidity providers. So if you're an indirect liquidity provider, you get no impermanent loss possible. So it saves you from that trouble. If you want to take advantage of leverage yield farming, however, they offer that, and you have to take that risk instead. So you have two kinds of people, essentially. That's what they're talking about. You have people that have very low risk tolerance. Those are the people that want to become indirect liquidity providers. They say, I don't want no stinking impermanent loss, okay? I want to reduce that risk to a minimum. So all you're doing is lending. You lend your tokens, and you're going to get some yield out of that, all right? Other people say, I want to maximize my yield, okay? I don't care about the impermanent loss. It's not that much anyway. And I want to leverage as much as I can to boost my yield as much as possible. The heck with the risk, okay? So they take on all the risk instead of the indirect liquidity providers. These are yield farmers. The yield farmers want to boost their yields. They borrow in order to do that, the leverage. And on Impermax, on some pools, you can borrow up to 20 times. So yes, there is risk there when you do this. Okay, be aware of the risks. You can get liquidated. In some pairs, the liquidation risk is kind of mediated by the fact that you're lending stablecoins, or that you're lending a pair of more or less the same asset, like two kinds of wrapped Bitcoin, for instance. Okay, so Bitcoin against Bitcoin, there's not that much possible impermanent loss. Okay, so that's why you can borrow up to 20 times. You can leverage up to 20 times. On other pairs, which have a lot more possible impermanent loss, okay, the leverage is a lot smaller. Okay, we're going to see that in the markets soon. Okay, so, and this is the other part. Impermax lets you borrow to multiply your yield using leverage. If you're more comfortable with risk, so if you like risk, you know, you have these gamblers, okay, that's for you. Impermax lets you borrow to increase your farming position. You can take LP tokens from a DEX like Uniswap, SushiSwap, QuickSwap on Polygon, which we're going to do today, and many others, and use them as collateral to borrow more of the same token. When you earn yield on both your original amount and the borrowed amount, this is called leverage yield farming. I like the way they explain things. It's so clear. You share a portion of these extra earnings with the lenders and keep the rest as profit. You can deleverage and pay back the borrowed tokens at any time. What is the liquidation risk? If there's a sudden change in collateral value, the borrowed funds may be liquidated to pay back the lender. Liquidation fees are limited to 4% of your borrowed amount. So it's not that bad in terms of liquidation fees. On Abracadabra, it's a lot more. It's, what, 10, 12% typically? Here it's only 4%. See, that's why it's worth shopping around when you want to do, when you want to borrow money, okay? Some places give you better deal, okay? You get lower fees. You have, in this case, even a feature that gives you no impermanent loss if you're a lender. All kinds of nice things, okay? All right, so Impermax creates new earning opportunities. The ability to choose higher and lower risk-reward positions for DEX farming creates many new earning opportunities that aren't available before. The ability to borrow against LP tokens and use the funds for other investing activities removes a big opportunity cost for liquidity providers. See, the thing is, before you were depositing your LP tokens on Uniswap, QuickSwap, SushiSwap, or whatever. And if you're a big investor, and you can have like, I don't know, hundreds of thousands, millions in there, and they're kind of stuck there. Okay, they're earning swap fees, LP rewards, and so on, but you know, the liquidity is locked. Here, you can leverage that and earn even more, okay? Which is interesting. If you're looking to maximize your earnings, this gives you the opportunity, all right? So let's have a look at the markets. All right, I wanted to look at this page first. Yes. Okay, so in this case, we're using Polygon. I'm doing this because I'm cheap and I like the super cheap gas fees on Polygon. And it's nice to have a very advanced platform on Polygon to do lending and borrowing and leverage farming. It's really fantastic. Now, I wanted to show you that you can get some really juicy rates. Okay, this is for the leverage farming. See, you have here supply APR, that's when you're lending. You have some borrow APRs, that's when you're borrowing. And this is here how much you can earn if you use the leverage. And you can see that depending on the LP pair, you can have 10x, 5x, 10x here, 20x here. Why 20x? This is wrapped Bitcoin and P Bitcoin, which are another kind of wrapping. Okay, so it's Bitcoin against Bitcoin. There shouldn't be that much difference between the two Bitcoin wrappers, okay? So if you make yourself an LP pair with this, and you go 20x, you can get 47%. Where else can you get 47% on your Bitcoin? I don't know. I don't think there are the places that give you this kind of opportunity on Bitcoin. Would I put all my Bitcoin there? No, because at 20, actually it's 20x, yes, at 20x, there's a risk of liquidation. Okay, I don't want to liquidate my Bitcoin, but I could use some of my Bitcoin and earn 47% on it. At most places, you barely get 1 or 2%. If you go on Aave, it's very low. Okay, let's have a quick look. Aave dashboard. Let's have a look here. How much are we getting on BTC? Yeah, we want the Bitcoin. Let's go markets. Here we go. So we're on Polygon. Wrap Bitcoin. Well, look at this. It's not even close to 1%. It's 0.01%. 0.01% the deposit rate. Okay, you get a tiny bit of bonus APR here, but 0.01%. Compare that to, where are we? Here. 47. Big difference. It's 470 times more. That's what that means. Yeah, it's a lot more. You're getting a lot more yield on your BTC. So consider it, but be aware of the liquidation risk. On the other hand, this protocol has been, audited up to the eyeballs. Okay, so it doesn't mean it's safe, but it gives you confidence that the people who are doing this know what they're doing. All right. Now, here's another one that I wanted to point out before I actually perform the operation here. You have some GOM here, some wrapped Ethereum GOM. That's the Olympus OM, okay, the new GOM token. And now it's spreading itself across multiple chains. Now, if you're looking to buy that comme on Polygon, you have to go to sushi. I'm going to show it to you quickly. We're not going to buy it now, but I wanted to show you that it's possible to get it on sushi. I looked at other dexes on Polygon. I couldn't find it, but it's available on sushi. Be aware that there might not be a ton of liquidity, but if you're looking to buy some, you might be able to buy small amounts of it at a time. But sushi, people, okay? It's available on sushi. All right, so what do we want to do? Well, we were looking at this market here, and I wanted to make something simple. I wanted to deposit the my USDT LP and leverage it 20% to earn 46%. So my and USDT are two stable coins. Okay, so they're both equivalent to $1. So there's not going to be like on the leverage side. Okay, when you're the yield farmer and you're using leverage, you're the one that gets the impermanent loss, not the lender. So if I were to lend this, the MAI or the USDT, for the MAI I would get about 13%, 11% for lending on USDT, which is not bad. It's quite good. It's much better than what I would get at the AVE, for instance. Okay, if we look again at AVE, the rates suck. To be honest, okay, you get what, 4% on DAI, USDC 3%, USDT 3 point something. Okay, it's not a lot. You're getting a lot more on Impermax, okay, just as a lender, even with no leverage risk, no liquidation risk, no impermanent loss risk. Okay, so if you're risk averse and you want to get a good yield, Impermax might be an option for you. Okay, so we go back to the market. However, I'm a little bit more excited about getting 46%. Okay, and that's why I want to try to do the leverage. So we're going to try to do this operation today. And we come here. So it shows you like the different things you can do on this platform. So you can do the borrowing. So you have to deposit your LP, and then you can leverage it. Or I could just supply and deposit, and I would earn 13.22% and approve this. But that's not what I want to do right now. I want to do the LP. Okay, so if I come here and I hit deposit, it says you need to hold the my USDT LP token in your wallet in order to deposit it. You can obtain it by providing liquidity to QuickSwap. So if you click on this link, what happens is that it brings you to QuickSwap, and you get to the right page where you can create the LP token. Okay, if the LP pair was on Uniswap, we would do the same. Would send me to Uniswap or SushiSwap, whatever is necessary. Okay, so we're on QuickSwap. We weren't exactly connected. All right, so now we're connected. Let's see. Should I max on this side? Yes. Okay. So this is my token, and this is my USDT token. I already made about the same amount of value for both of them in my wallet. Okay, so that's why I've got about almost $60 of each in there. So we're going to approve mine, and we're going to confirm in MetaMask USDT as well. So we're transaction spending for approval. Okay, now we can approve USDT. Confirm. Okay. After it's approved, it's going to allow us to supply. Here we go. So confirm the supply. So basically, we're creating the my USDT LP token that's going to be used on Impermax. Okay. That should take most of our tokens. Okay, the liquidity has been added. If I look in here, My Matic is gone. Most of my USDT is gone as well. So that's good. Now we go back to Impermax. All right, so if we hit deposit, okay, yes, we did. All right, let's refresh and see what happens. Ah, now it found it. Okay, so this is our LP token, 0.0000 something. All right, so we hit max, and we're gonna need to approve this at some point. Okay, so we can approve. Sign. Can we deposit right away? I want to make sure it's confirmed. Yes, confirm. Okay, so let's try depositing. And confirm again. All right. So we have a collateral of $118 deposited. We have zero debt at the moment because we're not using any leverage yet. And let's see if we can leverage. Okay, so just for the fun of it, let's try max. And what does it say? Okay. Right now, let's not forget, these are stablecoins and they're all pegged to $1. So each one is close to $1. Right now, we would be liquidated if the token would go below 0.9818 or over 1.115. Okay, so we're safe within that range. If it goes beyond on either side, we get liquidated. Okay, if it goes too low or too high, we get liquidated. So right now it says that our APR is only 3%. How is that possible? Trading fees, reward APR, MX APR, and the borrowing is a bit high. Let me see, can we improve this? Yes, we can. Okay, where do we get the best rate? Okay, so around 24, 25. Yeah, 25, 26. Okay, so if we stay around somewhere around here, whoops. I added. Anyway, I'm not going to play too much with this, but around here, we seem to be able to get the best leverage. Okay, so around 16 point something percent, whatever. So let's keep it at 16. Around 16% leverage, that seems to be working. Okay, so let's approve this. Sign. I'm going to approve this. Sign again. And now we can hit leverage. Also, as you can see, our numbers are a lot safer. We would have to, the token would have to drop below 67 cents and go over 1.5, which almost never happens. It's extremely unlikely that we're going to get liquidated later. So you see, by moving this around, you can optimize your APR. Right now, we're going to get about 25%. Okay. All right. So that's pretty good. So we started with basically $118, and now we have over $1,800 of collateral because we use so much leverage, right? We're at 16 times right now. All right, and our debt is 78, and this is our equity at the moment. Okay. So we're just under $120. All right, so that and here to tell us about our liquidation and all that good stuff. So at this point, this is we're gonna get the supply APR, the borrow APR, and the farming APR. So that's how we're going to get our earnings, I believe, on the USDT side and on the MAI side. Doesn't give us the net though. Anyway, after leverage and all that. But anyway, so as you saw, we should be getting about 25% APR on this, okay, which is a really good rate for stable coins. All right, so that's it. If you want to undo this, well, you do deleverage, okay, and it reverses the, if you hit the button here, okay, you just hit max, and it's going to pay back the debt, okay, and then that's it. And then after that, you could hit withdraw, and you can withdraw your tokens after you finish paying out the debt using deleverage, all right? So that's it for this video. If you like this kind of stuff, please like and subscribe. Don't forget to ring the bell. Download the free book. All you have to do is put your name, your email, and hit the submit button. Then there's a big fat button that says download the free book. And if you miss that button, well, we're emailing you another button that says download the free book. And if you don't want a free book, you go to Amazon, you pay $5.99 to Jeff Bezos, and Jeff will send me a whole $1. See you.